do. Bam. All right. Welcome to another edition of the Black Super Friends. Tonight, I will serve as the host, D. Horace Towns, joined by two of my best friends from the BSL, the Black Super Friends. Going up top, first to the person wearing the latest apparel from the Black Super Friends, I got the latest man. You can call him Leon Phelps. He's the international woman whisperer, the latest man.
Thank you for that introduction, Hart. What's going on, Mario?
What's going on, fellas?
All right.
I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better. Going to the bottom, my man that is inside fellowship with the nicest dwelling I've seen in some time. It is laid out. It is soulful. Makes me want to come get me a cigar and kick back and talk some stories with my boys. Super Mario Senior, please say the senior.
What's going on, fellas? I'm happy. I'm ready to go tonight.
Okay, well, me too. Interesting, man. I want to start off the show. Make sure I break my own rules coming off here. I want to make sure we get everyone joined in early. But I wanted to share something with y'all, man. I talked to the Guinness Book of World Records, and they're going to verify this. But I want to share all my wins with my partners, y'all, my friends. And I think that I need to share my personal wins and gains with y'all. So I want to show to you guys. See that? See that? See that? What is the brand? Sporting Wave. Mm-hmm. I think I'm the first black man
to finish
a can of wave grease, my brother. Right. I don't know when I bought it. I know it's been a couple years. And I have finally got to the bottom of a can of wave grease. I don't think anybody has ever talked about this. And when I got down there, it was a feeling that came over me, man. Now, I know some of you haters might ask me why I got wave grease, but that's neither here nor there. Okay?
I'm envious.
Yeah. Let's see them dogs.
Hey, man, I'm back, right? But, bro, listen, we got to talk to the Guinness World Records. I'm going to talk to Sporting Waves. The first black man to finish a can of Sporting Waves gel pomade with Wavertrol. All right? So, Saltine, y'all need to holler at your boy.
362.
Boy, it took me a long listen. I don't even remember when I bought that can of hair grease. No. Think about it. Have y'all ever finished one?
Let's just say it's past the return policy days.
Yeah. That's over with.
Can't recall, my brother. So guess what? We're gonna go full speed into the show. We're waiting on the date doctor, the man that calls himself CING Chris. And we got to go to a word from our sponsors. This week's sponsor covers all of Florida. This week's sponsor is Uncle Earl's Insurance World. Insurance so cheap, it will feel like you really have insurance. Uncle Earl's Insurance World.
What kind of tricks Uncle Earl got going on? Why I got to feel like I got insurance?
Hey, man, maybe you got it, maybe you don't.
So it's like he's still in your fault insurance.
Hey, bro, as long as you get that card, you say you got insurance. Nephew, I'm telling you, just show them what I got. Just show this card. They can't tell you ain't got no insurance, cuz. All right. Listen here, your fault.
That's real.
We ain't gonna tell that story. Remember somebody ran into somebody? Boof. I don't know why they go in that neck. We out of here.
Nostalgia, my boy. Nostalgia.
Hey, man. This week in review, we always start out with this week in review. And I really want to talk to y'all because y'all more into the rap culture than I am. King Von, Quando Rondo, the rap beefs. You know, last week we had a couple people get murdered. We had some shootings. You had Bootsy. Then I seen where last show we talked about they had an $8 million bounty on one of the rappers' heads, I guess, involved in the shooting. And then this week you had somebody that actually mocked the dead by dressing as the alleged shooter in a video. So I need to ask y'all insight on that because, like, who's going to step in? What good can come from this? Like, is there a resolution? Like, because it's beginning to trend and it's getting awful. Mario.
Well, first of all, let me say rest in peace to those good brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I use the word good as lightly in this sentence of those guys because I listen to both of those guys' music, and let's just say they're very talented brothers, but they talked about exactly the life that they was living and cost them their life. So you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you say you can speak stuff into existence, whether you believe it or not. I do believe if you live in what you're talking about and everybody loves what you're talking about is killing, murder, and shooting, and eventually it's gonna catch up to you. And I think that a lot of times people don't understand that you was able to get away with a lot of the stuff you was doing because you wasn't easy to find. But now you can't be a killer, shooter, and robber and have a performance schedule on the internet every other night and have security and have people running after your cars. You know what I'm saying? I think that you don't understand that you got to transition. We had a lengthy talk about this the other day. So I'm gonna say I'm saying all this in the right mind. But understanding their mind, if I was to put myself in them shoes, I would say it's hard to transition. Like for most of those guys, they're 25, 26. So for a good bit, 80% of their life, they were street dudes. They live that way. They mold their life that way. So then you drop a bag on them. You give them money. And then you tell them, we love your streetness. So, and I think that we don't need to glass over that part. We love your streetness. You didn't pay them to not be street. You paid them to glorify your streetness and tell them and bring the world into their streetness. So I think that once you do that, not only the stuff that they probably felt sorry about or they felt that they shouldn't do, now they feel like they're inclined to tell everybody about it and glorify it because that's what drives up sales, which increase money, which increase likability, which increase everything that is wrong in our community. But I think when you ask the simple question of will it stop or who's responsible, I think we as consumers are responsible because if they couldn't sell it to us, they wouldn't be able to do it. The second thing is I think it's going to stop when we actually say we don't want to hit it. As long as people bobbing your head and you going platinum by saying I'm gonna shoot everybody from a particular section, I don't think it's ever gonna stop. And that's just my 2 cents on that. What you feel about it?
I think that I don't know, just to kind of start where you were kind of talking hard. The bounty started at about 6 million. I see it went up to 8 million. So I guess they're trying to show that they're serious. I really believe though that it's a lot of perpetuation of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, once you get to a certain level, like, come on, man, I understand that y'all paying me to do this, but you got to come to a crossroads of how much of this is fiction and how much of this is going to be real life. And like you said, you live 80% of your life like this, but now that you found a way out, you got to start making different changes. I think Jeezy talked about it on his new album, on having to put that pride aside and be a man and eat crow, for lack of better words, just to kind of die down the situation. But these young guys are, young, dumb, full of cum, so they got something to prove, which is really nothing because it's, like you said, it's internet and senseless murders, and somebody is going to continue to keep it going, like King Von said in his actual interview right before his untimely demise. So, Tootie, you were talking about resolution. It's what I'm seeing is retribution. I think you got 600 Breezy or whatever his name is. He's trolling. He's making sure any show that Quando Rondo has, he gonna be there. And they keep shutting him down. And Quando Rondo ain't got too much more before he gonna be broke. You can only go so far. You are a rap. Rapping is your career. You are a rapper. If you do not do shows, especially amongst this COVID time, you will for sure go under. So, I think that's just that. But also, too, like you said, I think that no good is going to come of it because now you have a guy that's making a video mocking the shooter, and it's already a tense situation where you have some guys that looked up to the one who's deceased who is not taking that too well. And even in his verses, some of the things he's saying some hard truths, but it's still time. And then last but not least was I want to say his live, where he was saying, how he's on the block where he's at and he ready to put another one under. So you're not even showing no remorse. So like I said, no good can come from it. It's going to be eye for eye. What you think? I know you're not really following the younger rap that way, but what do you see too?
Well, it's interesting because my son is a new artist and, we've had discussions about imagery and, a lot of times they're kind of pushed into it. Everyone's looking for a gimmick or a way in. You know, when Young Thug came in, he did some controversial things. I was talking to my son about a situation he had with one of his videos, and being in the industry, I know how the industry works. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to make it, but it's some background to that too, because they'll make sure they push this. These interviews, these songs will get pushed out there, right? But you got rappers that do rap about some positive stuff here and there, but you would never hear about them because the beast make sure we push this out, this negative stuff. And when these dudes, most of the time when these rappers die, the insurance that the music label has on them, plus they get to keep their publishing. Don't think there's not a business end to that too. So y'all killing each other, bringing more attention to the label. Y'all selling songs, you get killed. Now I own all your music, your rights, and I got a policy on you to protect my investment. So, you know, and probably bigger than what I would have got out of you as an artist. So I just think we need to recognize the stuff that we push and the stuff that we are selling, because as a consumer, whatever sells is going to be pushed. So I just hate to see these young dudes not knowing what they're going through, because you could take the old dudes. Every old dude I know had a beef at some point, said it was stupid. And we've seen a lot of beefs over the years. Even with the Pac and Biggie thing, I mean, it grew into something else, you know, a life of its own. So I just hate to see it, man. And it was really it's disappointing, because these are kids. These are kids with money. Yeah. And the interesting thing, a broke fool will also be a rich fool. So we got to reach these kids. But I want to talk to y'all about Saturday night. And I say Saturday night, buddy. My mentor, one of my childhood heroes, stepped back in the ring after 15 years. And I know people really wanted to see Tyson go in there and knock this man out of the ring, which we all expected. But he had another idea. He wanted to go in and box and show that he had it after 15 years. And let's be honest, if 3 of those goddamn punches connected, Roy Jones would be asleep to this day. So I was pretty impressed with what he had. But what saved the night? What saved the night was a person who has a new career as a commentator. His name is Snoop Dogg, who made my night everything. He made my night everything. And why did he make it everything? Because one of our brothers, now y'all brothers, said he was going to represent for the NBA. Nobody asked him, but he said he was going to shock the world. He didn't have to do this. He got in there by himself. And he got Apollo Creed in the middle of the ring. In the middle of the ring. And it's not that you got knocked out. You got sleeped. The brother said it's about 50 years. It looked like Martin and Tommy Hearns, I swear to God, except he got comatose by a white YouTube dude. So, listen, that was my take on it, Zay. I don't know what else to say, but I had a good night watching it.
Man, my take on that fight, bro. I think Mike Tyson and Roy Jones got together and said, "Hey, bro, I'm broke. I got a fight lick. All right, I'm gonna say that I want to box you, and you gonna say you want to box me. They gonna pay for that." And that's what they did. So if you remember back in the days, people used to get upset because the Mike Tyson fight went too fast. You got up to get a slice of pizza, and that was it. Lights out, show over, $55 gone. The Comcast back then. Well, they did the recycle again, and it's crazy because, like you said, if it wasn't for Snoop and the commentating and good old Nate coming through to save us, the fight was entertaining to see Mike and Roy actually in the ring again. But when I seen them actually, go to fisticuffs, God, Lee, what am I watching at this point? And I heard some really good jokes in reference to it. That's the first fight that we've actually seen start before 12 o'clock. So they were saying that was those guys' bedtime. But man, listen, on everything, I enjoyed seeing Mike getting back in the ring. I did not enjoy seeing Nate getting knocked out, even though that was funny as hell. And then Snoop, man, God, who can do it better? My boy, man, a shining pillar. He pulled up with his joint and he was ready to go from the word go, from the the concert until the boxing ring. What you saw, Hart?
Well, let's get on this Nate fella. See, a lot of people was like, man, we should not talk about it, man. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that. No, he got his ass in the ring. So you get what you did in this world. You get what you signed up for. You got paid $600,000 for you to take these memes because nobody told you to jump in there and not do your research. Because Jake Paul have been training for the last 2.5 years, MMA and boxing, and has been calling out people to get this fight on. Now, I understand. Listen, maybe if you don't know the background of Nate Robinson, he's a special athlete. Mm-hmm. He got a full scholarship for football and basketball. He made it to the NBA, won a dunk contest at 5'9", 100 and some pounds. Listen, he is amazing at being amazing. But what people don't understand is boxing is a technique sport. If you don't learn it, I don't give a damn how good of an athlete you are, you will get knocked out. Just simple as that. You could be the most. You don't have to be the most athletic person. You have to be the most technical person, or the strongest in boxing to win. So I think he naively jumped in there, as most black people do when they think they got hands and think they can. Well, you know what? I'm black. He white. And I'm an athlete. He a YouTuber, and I'm finna whoop him because he talking his trash. When you start seeing that, bro, I understand you're an athlete, but don't be naive and don't be a dummy and jump your butt in the ring when you're not ready for that fight.
You know what's crazy, huh?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's crazy? That was one of my biggest fears. Like we were going out, I think you were with me that night. We went down to Clematis. Remember the one dude was in the middle by the pizza shop, mouthing off to the white boy, and that white boy came out there and did a hurricane flying kick, and he was asleep. That's my biggest fear. To get into it with a white boy and say, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that.
But see, that's why in life you don't underestimate nobody. Like you don't think just because somebody white, somebody small, somebody this, man, you would get whooped. And I don't seen the biggest get whooped. And I always say, I don't know what your back history was in life. So whatever you tell me, I believe you, sir. And I'm gonna approach you as such. So, and that's why I think most people they lose because they think, hey, bro, I don't see that. He just talking until, like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. And as we seen, Nate was a little sleepy. Now to my uncles. Now listen, I love both of these guys. I love Roy and Mike growing up. You know what I'm saying? Roy being from Florida, I was like, man, you can do it. He's dancing all around. He was a heavyweight Floyd Mayweather before his time to me. And Mike was just unbelievable as the ultimate brawler. He reminded me of the nigga in the hood who you just don't look up. You just keep walking home to. But I think Mike Tyson won a fight. I actually think he won a fight. I don't think he did this for money. I think Mike Tyson in himself wanted to see if he can still do it. He still has a love for it. That switch goes on and he's attacked. I believe Roy Jones needed the money and was saying, hold up, I know how to box and you're not gonna knock me out. And that's just what I think Roy said. You're not gonna knock me out. So I'm gonna dance, throw a jab, hold you. Dance, throw a jab, and hold you. And people have to respect me as the man who got in the ring with Mike Tyson. And I believe they so friendly till there was no really anger or animosity towards them before the fight. But I believe if you guys keep playing with Mike Tyson, you keep letting him get this training and keep letting him get that like a shark, that blood in him, and that taste of blood, he is gonna start putting 45 and older guys on their back as a normal pay-per-view thing. And you keep playing with it. I see Tarver talking trash. I seen a couple more people who were older talking trash to Mike like they forgot who he was. But you let that people demeanor fool you, because I seen this man stand up 3 rounds in the corner and didn't sit down and take water, while Uncle Roy was gassed and he was doing all the holding. So I think overall I was happy because a lot of people got paid who I like and who I want to see get paid, and it was actually entertaining. But without Snoop and Roy and Nate, I think it was a waste of money, if you ask me.
I think what happened, what was good was Mike Tyson is creating something different. The whole Triller aspect. Yeah. I mean, he's taking money, really taking promoters out of the game. You know what I mean? I do appreciate it because Mike Tyson is a childhood hero of mine. I'm with you. I smell it. I think the dude went vegan. That's a different Mike. And Mike said, I want to prove to people that I can go the distance. I think for exhibition, it was good. People were expecting the fight. Let's not be fooled. We all saw that Mike could have knocked Roy ass out a few times in that fight. You know what I mean? And after 15 years, I like what I saw. You know what I mean? Roy fought 3 years ago. Mike been 15 years. So the next fight allegedly might be with Shannon the Cannon Briggs or Holyfield. But Mike said a lot of people didn't want to get in the ring with him. I just appreciate that a lot of people ate. A lot of people ate this. I mean, he's creating something different. It's an app. Snoop, all the artists perform, which is different. I might not have been a fan of that. But the no names, the people, he gave opportunity to a lot of no name people. Nate should have never got that opportunity, but he brung it on himself. So, yeah, and to be honest, as you get knocked out like that, your kid's probably gonna try to fight you now, dog. Yo, my dad, I'm 16, 17. I'm
gotta try.
17. Oh man, the kid's gonna be riding him. Daddy, you got knocked out. And the boy told him, Nate, kids, please don't watch this. See, you like Mario, you said something good. In our minds, he's saying it was a white guy, or I'm gonna whoop him. The boy been training for 2 years. Nate got in there, been training about 2-3 months, and thought he was just gonna catch this man. This man hit him with some skilled combos.
Right.
But ain't nothing like fear, man.
So it's one thing to deduct from this, fellas and ladies. Do not be overzealous to get in something that your ass can't get yourself out of. Because that's what Nate did.
Hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And that boy beat his ass.
Listen, one of my most legendary fights came out of nothing but fear. I swear I thought I was going to. I locked in on 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. All fear.
Nothing didn't work.
Bro, hey, I thought he was going to kill me. And I gave him everything I got. He thought he was going to kill me too. I gave him the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
You watch this episode, he gonna give you a round 2.
If he that bright, figure it out.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
I carry his knife. Listen, man.
It's called growth, my brother.
Yeah, I don't know where the date doctor at. I don't know if he knows it's Monday or he on a date, but we are missing him. I really wanted him for this topic. A trending article that went around this week says from Jasmine Luv, she advocates that women should shoot their shot more in 2020 and beyond. Women should be shooting their shot 2020 and beyond. I'm going to the ladies' man on the bottom. Please incite.
I definitely agree with Jasmine 100%. And the reason why I'm going to say it is because, listen, women outnumber us, right? And a lot of us guys are trying to figure out which one to holler at, and we choose wrong. We're not that smart.
Not at all.
Give us a heads up. Hey, let us know that you're feeling us, and then we can, do the rest. But some of us need a one-up because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We sitting there. You've been giving us the signs, whatever the case may be, but we steady trying to be a gentleman. And, it's not even that we don't see you that way. We just didn't think we probably had a chance, to be honest to you. So if you kind of level the playing field and just give him a little hint that you look in his direction, if he follows through, then you'll be fine. You won't have to feel as if you made the first step or you had to holler at him. You just do a hit.
Hold up. They're saying shoot your shot. Do you think women should shoot their shot, not beat around the bush? Hey, what's up? Do you think that should happen?
Most definitely. How else he gonna know?
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I agree. And I actually think that it's about high time somebody told him that. Because if not, if you didn't already know, you might be missing out. Again, like I say, with guys, we know a lot, we don't know everything. So if you give us that 1-2 and let us know, we'll follow through. I promise you. What you picked up from it, Hart?
Well, I'm a hunter. So I don't want deer shooting back at me. You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to get up in the morning. I want to do this. And I always feel like let the the strong survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's why I rose to the top. Because a lot of men stood over there and was tongue-tied and didn't say nothing. And I wasn't bashful. So I feel like, hey man, if you I never understood how men could sit in a room full of women and see a beautiful woman and be like smitten, and then say, I'm straight, I'm not gonna go say nothing to her, when all she can do is say no. And I feel like if a woman have to say something to you, then maybe a woman should want a man that she has to talk to. Like, bro, why she gotta holler at you? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm old fashioned, but to me, I want a woman. Now, I don't want you to play games, but I want to be the one to shoot the shot. That's just me.
So now that's excellent that you said that, because you said you, but it said the woman need to shoot the shot. And again, the conversation was saying, do you think that that's a good thing? You saying what you would like to do, but again, there are women, qualified women too, for men that won't make that first step because they feel as if you feel. But if women over there don't have the garbanzos to say, hey, how you doing?
So you saying that he like don't have the nuts? You want her to go? So you want so he don't have the nuts? So you want her to go facilitate the nuts?
No, she ain't got to facilitate the nuts, but he might be over there with his thumb in his hand. He might don't think that he have a chance. Say something.
Wait a minute. No, that's not true. Let me jump in. Listen.
Good.
Don't ridicule me after I say this. In 2020, I do not shoot my shot. You know why? Well, I would appreciate a woman that shot her shot. You know why? Because now I know that you're interested. Now that I know that you're interested. But most of the time, man got to guess whether you like me or not, or you feeling me. And then most of the time, you're going to do this extra stuff. I shoot my shot at you and you curve me, but you really want to talk to me, but you want me to go the little extra yard. A woman that shoot that shot takes now lets me know, okay, she digging me enough that I will go after. You know what I mean? But women in this era will look at you a certain way, or I just went through this where a chick was like, oh, why didn't you, I've been waiting on you to talk to me. I'm like, I see you all the time. You've never showed me that you had any kind of interest in me. You know what I mean? But in their mind, the way she look at you or she like your pictures, that's not enough for me, because you can like 4 of my pictures because I'm funny and I interpret it as something different. And then you go and tell somebody, oh, girl, he always in my inbox, or he always blah, blah, blah. So I'm saying, to the women, shoot your shot. We had some women on that post say that they've been curved. Hey, it happens. Now you see what men go through. But shoot your shot. That way you remove the doubt for me. Once I know I got steak on the grill, oh, I'm going to eat. Well, that's not a good analogy.
You're not going to turn it down.
Huh?
So if we talking real, if a woman shoot that shot at a man, whether he like her or not, 9 or 10 times he's going to holler.
Yeah.
Right. But it might not be for what she want.
True.
So you putting yourself in a fucked up situation, because right now, a woman that likes me, I'm going to be more inclined to talk to her, even if I didn't like her. Just because she hollered at me. So now, a woman who I'm not interested in done shot her shot, because it's hard for a man to turn down something. And here you go. And then now she's getting something that she didn't want because she was shooting her shot for this. But you just like, shit. I don't know. If a woman shoot that shot at me, I just feel like, shit, I for sure, that's bad.
But I was gonna say it's men that shoot they shot and the women don't really like them, but they go ahead for it anyway. So I don't see what's the difference. It's the same exact thing. You just let everybody know that.
I refuse to be him.
Yeah, but
like you shoot your shot. You done took her to steak dinners, knowing that you would never conquer that Great Wall. I'm not gonna be that person. So me, I don't shoot my shot at all. But if you shoot your shot at me now, I'm like, okay, she digging me, I'm digging her. It's mutual. Like Mario said, 9 out of 10, we're gonna go. Plus, Don Bishop Warren said, you get the ones that like you. So, Cortina Peters, Dr. Peters, love you, Dr. Peters, says, do you consider swiping right on a dating app, shooting your shot? She said, in my case, I was a serial app dater, and I would always shoot my shot. Dr. Peters, let's be straight up. The way you look, who gonna say no?
That's my point. So, but you saying she's saying she won. I'm just saying this, but this is just what I feel about this. Right now, if I want a girl and she look at me across the room, I don't care. I don't need to guess whether she like me or not. But you want to see. I don't care if you tell me no. I don't care if you tell somebody I'm thirsty, bro. I'm secure with myself. That's why I feel like I have a high ratio of getting women. Cause I don't need you to do. Bro. You can bump my shoulder and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm a hunter. That's what I do.
I'm a gatherer.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference. And I'm saying,
I agree with that.
I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go talk. I have no problem having a conversation. I don't have no problem with you saying I'm not your type. Cause I understand I'm not everybody's type. I understand that, and I don't take that. Okay, I'm not your type. I might have a homeboy who one of your type. So something good can come from this. Listen, I'm okay with it, but I'm coming to get you. I don't need no help from y'all. Just stay over there and watch me come. I'm coming.
There are hunters and there are gatherers. Some dudes don't listen. I know people on both sides of the fence that just don't understand this era. A lot of people come out of long-term relationships, so it's taking them time to try to get what you do now. Because to be honest, this era is way easier than it was probably 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Things move fast. You got the thing where you swipe left and right. I don't know that app. Y'all know the app.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm saying a lot of them. You're right. But
so
I'm never an out person. I'm hands-on. Cortina said things move differently in 2020. I just got married in 2019. So it ain't too different. I'm telling you, I was out here for a long time. And like Tootie said, I think you just got two different kinds of people. You got people who gonna kind of sit back and kind of like, I'm gonna see what's going on. And you got people who going to get what they going to get. You got some women who patient and who might miss out something, and some women who like, nah, that's him. I'm going to get him. So I think like it depends. Understand what that says to certain people. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? But I'm saying for me as a man, I can appreciate that woman because most of the time, a man mentally, some men in their head, you know, is she liking me? She feeling me? So he's going through a whole checklist before he goes after her. Some people are hunters. You know what I mean? My confidence so high. It is or it ain't. You know what I mean? And then I'm just going. It ain't okay. Cool. Boom. I can proceed. Some people don't have that swag like that. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. You know, or a hookup from a friend. Mario, if you had a friend that I saw you with, and I was interested, me telling you hook me up is equivalent to shoot my shot.
Right.
That's a good question.
I don't think so.
No,
it is. That's an alley. That's definitely an alley.
Asking for an assist. I'm talking shooting your shot is you going over there approaching the suspect and going in. That is it. Because right now you being the one. Because right now everybody give people alleys. I'm the alley boy. I want to alley. I'm Chris Paul when it comes to alley oops. I want to because I understand. I feel like I have a group of exceptional friends, women and men. I think my homegirls are amazing and my homeboys. So if I get around people, even right now I'm married, if I can get around people and I be like, man, I instantly go to thinking, boy, I got a homeboy or I got a homegirl because I see good people and I want to see people together. But I don't think that's shooting your shot. I think in this day that might be the safest way because at least you get some kind of back history on the person or something.
Right.
Yeah. Unless you got some friends. You got to know your friends. You got to trust those friends because they can give you some bad ones, boy. They can call no names. Listen, people, if they say she got a big heart, run.
Hey, I'm probably gonna be the balance because I feel you, my brother Mario. I understand where you're coming from with the hunter. I too am hey, how you doing type of guy. But to that, I can't all the way agree with you with waiting on everything to come to me. Yes, I will wait on some things, and okay, it's nice to know that she feeling me, and then you can have a conversation with that. I honestly just think that it's not a problem with a woman saying what she wants and letting that be known to that guy. Like I said, from there, that man got to tuck the rock and run. But women, you still got to be aware, even though you shoot the shot and you may get that access granted, like Mario said, hell, you're a woman saying what's happening to me. Yeah, I'm going to take that. I hate to say low-lying fruit, but that easy walk in.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but be mindful. Like at the end of the day, we're not young kids, so we know how to have a conversation. If you can't get the conversation from that young man that you're looking for, then you know that you might have been barking up the wrong tree. But at least you can rest easy at night, knowing that at least I tried. But again, like
I got a question too. So I'm saying shoot your shot, meaning this. I'm not saying a woman see you at the bar and like, oh, how you doing? Like I'm talking about, hi, my name is da da da. I was seeing you from across. I'm talking about a direct shoot your shot. I'm not saying introduce themselves because you know what I'm saying, because that could be misconstrued as that could be anything. That could be how I heard you, Horace. I heard, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like off of that initial conversation, you should have a feeling of, I think she might want me, I think she might not. I love that whole rush of the whole, the game.
Do a little hunt.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm saying what you're saying. You don't have time for the games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You think that's why you would want. Your whole premises is you don't want the bull. You just want to get straight to somebody so y'all can start building.
Yeah. And I'm sorry that I'm at that, but that's where I'm at right now.
Hey, that's your feel. That's you probably ran into enough women that at this point now you want to say what you got to offer because I know what I'm coming.
That's a good point.
And I know what I have going on. You know, we all still going at these last minute things trying to entice our life. You know what I mean? So I don't have time to play around like I was a teenage kid. But Tina said, I sent a guy a drink to show I was interested. I saw him. I don't think he saw me, but I asked the bartender what he was drinking, and that started our conversation. Well, Dr. Peters, that's why you hang with the crew.
Of course, so you doing that, but you're not the average woman who should. For one, you're a damn therapist,
right?
So you can analyze a guy with a conversation. Two, you hung around a lot of dudes, and you have a lot of male cousins. Like your family is very unique in that your boy cousins was raised like your brothers, and you have a lot of them. So you have a lot of introspective in men in the way they think. You were gracious enough to be in groups of men that were scoundrels and dogs, and then you made it.
You're welcome.
So on your end, I think you are cultured and knowledgeable to the fact of what to do among men that most women might not be comfortable as you when dealing with men. So I think you are a unicorn in that fact.
Yeah, I will say that. Since we got Katina Peters in the midst, we got AJ Walker, we got a few people. This is the conversation I'm bringing. I will thank you for all the hate mail that's going to come for this, but I must bring up this conversation. What's the age limit for city girls? And I'm asking the ladies because right now it just seems to be such a trend of women over 30 embracing whole seasons, and they're celebrating being recklessly ratchet. And it's funny because we're going to talk about it later in Trending News, where it was just a guy, a video going where a restaurant owner, I think he was in Atlanta, was mad at the women in his restaurant on top of furniture, twerking and stuff. And he was like, listen, I appreciate the business, but he told them to get the F out because he's trying to build something for the culture, not something. And we should be celebrating a restaurant for the culture. And he had a problem with them, twerking and doing stuff like that. So back to what I'm saying. I see a lot of women, whether we go with Toni Braxton saying she regrets, not having her seasons of drinking, partying, and sexual escapades. You got Amber Rose, who has always celebrated her whole life. Right. You got Cardi B, who has confessed to drugging men and preaching about exchanging that P for the dollars. And then you got Meg Thee Stallion, who I've never really heard her music, but she's similar to Cardi B in that fashion. Now, where you once had this trend where you had the women pretty much trending like being a strong woman, classy woman, empowered women, it seems that even the empowered women are starting to cave in to the ratchety, professional, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but I see even the good girls allegedly embracing these whole seasons, as they would call them. So when I see women that are acting like city girls, I must say, I ask the question, when is it a time where being a city girl is over? Because I know a few that are well into their late 30s and 40s that act just like teenage girls, and they getting around fella to fella, but newsflash, y'all, the fellas talk, so you're not really winning. So, but maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I had to ask y'all that question: what's the age limit for city girls, and what's up with this new trend that we're embracing? Mario, give me a good scripture.
Well, I don't think it's no age. I think it's a mindset. But I do want to caution women to this. Like, I understand in a perfect world, you can twerk, see through stuff, jump from dude to dude, and dudes totally respect you. In the perfect world of bliss that you live in your head. But in the real world, men and everybody else judge what they see, and they draw conclusions from it. So if it walk like a duck and talk like a duck, don't get mad when people ask you to go quack. And I think that's what I have a problem with. If you are living by city girl rules, then do your thing. But don't live by city girl rules in January and then you meet a guy in August and all of a sudden you expect this man to just forget he just seen you being a city girl in January and then now he's a low down dirty, he don't want to commit, sorry little boy. You was just doing this. He just seen you doing this. Now you want him to cash in all his chips when he just seen you out here sitting. I think this too. It's no repercussions for being a city girl no more though. Because back in my days, it was women, even when they went through those periods, it was kind of discreetly. They kind of like did it like hidingly. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you see city girls getting rewarded with rings, APs, basketball players going to snatch them up. Shit, if anything, I see more single good girls and more hoes getting wiped up. So if you ask people, I would say, shit, you might as well city girl all the way to the aisle. To somebody city boy you. And y'all going down the aisle and city boy with it. Shit. That's how it look like these days. It seems like dudes like LeVar Ball said. You not gonna know what a good woman is. The city girl is gonna throw themselves at you. You gonna get mesmerized by all their tricks and all that glamour, and there you go. You're gonna fall into it. And that's how the city girls keep winning. And I think that's what's keeping it up because there's no penalty for a long promiscuous phase. There's a difference in a phase and a lifestyle. I think most girls had a phase. I think nowadays they have a lifestyle. They turn this into a whole, like, I'm 40, I'm Louis on the island, popping bottles, I got sugar daddies. You know what I'm saying? That's a lifestyle. Like the same way that a lot of dudes hustle and do stuff into their late 40s when they should have gave it up and probably matured into owning stuff by then. I think it's just sad because I don't think it's no time limit no more. And I think it should be. I'm not a woman, so I can't tell you exactly what the time limit should be. But as a man, I think it should be some kind of cutoff. Dang.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Mario, you said something interesting because of me, let's be honest. It was a period of time where it was more discreet. Now it's celebrated, right? But there's a such thing on the underground called a whole facts. So I'm torn because one of the conversations Tina Peters is saying that, you know, we're wifing up those women. And that may be the problem because a lot of men, every woman wants to be married that I've met, except for Nate Simone, and that's another subject. But most women want to be married. They've been since they was a little girl. That was the end all be all. And if everybody only marrying hoes, are women playing that role for a certain season and then just to get noticed or to get married? Because again, she may do that, but not knowing that at the end of the day, dude is gonna run down that checklist, you know what I mean? And, you know, see what you done or who you done and how you've acted. Because some of that stuff is hard to come back from. It may be one dude in the hood that she messed with or didn't mess with, and they might throw a dude off. You know what I mean? So I just had to ask that question because it is so we contradict ourselves. Right. I be seeing some of the same people that be doing scripts and talking about women empowerment, see them at a brunch. I mean, god dang, wilding out. And Katina is saying, like, oh, well, is it really a whole season if they just feeling free and liberated? But I'm like, the image, while we're in a situation with our culture, I'm asking because the image of it, you know, you're still influential. Never know who looking on a professional level. Your kids, you know.
But you as a man. But you as a man, as a single man who go to them brunches. That's the point. I think we remiss that we don't talk about the disdain it put in your brain. Like that's what you gonna remember her by. Face down, ass up. So
and I went to a birthday party probably like 4 months ago, and the little kids, the mamas were dancing, the little kids. I'm talking about not little kid. I wanted to whoop everybody's ass at that damn birthday party, but the women were encouraging the kids, and every song was Meg, Cardi, all of that. So I said we don't really understand what we putting in, but I digress. Zay,
it's what they're doing right now. With you the heart, I don't think that there's an age limit on city girling because there's not an age limit on b-boys. Just like you said, it's dudes well in their 40s, 50s, even their 60s, still doing the same stuff they was doing fresh out of high school, in their early 20s. So again, we're men. We can't tell women how to be women, so we definitely can't tell them when they need to stop city girl. We can give them some insight on it, like you did, and let them know it may not shed the best light on you as you come into your season of wanting to be one with a said man, because he gonna remember. You understand what I'm saying? That they didn't remember Mike Tyson for that fight that he had Saturday night. They remembered him for all them knockouts, them 50 that he had. Sorry about that, the 20 that he had out of 44. So, that's Mike Tyson was still a threat. So that's going to still be a threat on your record, so to speak. I do feel like this, though, too. I do feel like even though the men are being judgmental, you can't all the way be that way, because I know some professional women who going to twerk when they get a chance because they work hard, so they play even harder. Does that mean that she's a bad woman? It don't. It just means that she like to gyrate her body sometimes, because that happens to be, unfortunately, the trending thing of what's going on. Like you said, you went to a party where there was Meg and there was Cardi being played, because those are the most hottest female artists right now, and they're celebrated by those women. So yeah, they're gonna do what they're doing, which is bend that thing over and a couple times with a wine glass or whatever the case may be. You may not like it, but that's where they are. But that's where I think we come into play as men. Like, we get to choose of that, and you can talk to him. Cortina's a therapist. You get to talk to him, get to know him, to see how this individual is. Is this how she is all the time? Does she conduct herself this way all the time?
Why?
Or is it that she's just, say that again?
Why are you gonna go through all that?
What you mean? You just said, hold on, Hart. You just said you the hunter. Yeah, so if you see a girl, if you out and you see her twerking and all that, and you go over there and you say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Right. I'm not going again. If I see a girl twerking on the floor, and I don't give a damn if she's the president of the electoral college in Albany State, if I see her twerking on the floor, her face down, her ass up, I'm thinking about fucking.
Exactly. However, when you do all that, you know what I'm saying? If it's not a hit and run case, you still gonna call that woman back. You're gonna see what's happening. You're gonna go to lunch. You're gonna want to fuck again. So you're gonna start talking to it.
She gotta move backwards though. She gotta now I already have a misconception. She gotta walk me backwards to make me think she's not bad and she's good. When that's the first impression of me is she ain't shit. Yeah. But now she gotta walk me back until she is shit. That is a bad impression. I'm sorry. When I see, I'm just being real. Right now, right. I'm not saying, I understand, you're right. I'm not saying that every girl who's twerking is a hoe. I'm not saying that. Right. That's dumb. I'm just saying the perception. The average man don't think, shit, you see them bitches over there? Woohoo! Let's go over there. They're not thinking, even if you tell me, bro, I don't know, she a lawyer, man, she busted open. That's what in my head. Now you're right. I might get over there and have a conversation. Then I might start saying, hey man, maybe Zay was right. She do see this. Every time I have that conversation, I'm gonna think about face down, ass up. So she's gonna say this, and this. I'm gonna think about face down, ass up. So she gonna have to do a lot of convincing to get that face down, ass up out of my head.
But the crazy part about that is, like I was saying, is this. It's a double standard, because the guy, in the same sentence, yeah, he ain't turning up and bending over and doing all this other stuff, but he's still portraying a certain type of life that she might not be that straight on at first glance. But then again, it's just how he is living, or that's how he felt like is the coolest thing to do. But then when she gets to talking to him and gets to learn, he's probably nothing like that, or he can be molded. Is I guess what I'm leading to ultimately.
But I'm saying, I'm just being real. I have a daughter. I would advise my daughter don't talk to him.
Fact. But I'm just saying that they and inside of that they still gonna do what they gonna do. Just like there's still guys that gonna holler at that chick.
We're not talking about what you can stop you from doing. We're talking about perception. I would not want my daughter talking to a nigga who I think still selling dope at 40. I would tell my son, don't talk to a girl who's shaking her ass with her face on the floor when he walk into a club. I'm just being real. I'm not gonna say, nah, son, you know what? Maybe we should have an intellectual conversation after you see half a coochie from the floor after that and see who she is. No, I'm gonna say, Mario, run.
Wait a minute. Just pause. Hey, let's introduce the dick doctor. Let me bring you up to speed.
You made it.
What I said?
Dog, I would sleep. I said I would take a little power nap right before the show.
Whoa.
And I would sleep the whole time.
Yeah. All right. You were sleeping for them.
This conversation was geared towards you. We were talking about what's the age limit for city girls and the trend of women over 30 embracing their whole seasons and celebrating being ratchet publicly. But Latoya Ratliff said, is there a certain level of twerking where you're still considered a wholesome woman,
Yes.
or does twerking just shift that view immediately? And that is an amazing, great question.
Yes. That's great. Yes.
I think the way we associate twerking in a hoish fashion. So I think that anytime that you put your head down and then put your ass up, then I don't know what else we're supposed to be thinking. Like I don't know what else we're supposed to be thinking. You know what I'm saying? I feel the same way when I look at a woman page and all the shots is of her ass. You know what I'm saying? Or she posing to show her ass off. I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to be thinking. You know what I'm saying? I think that's maybe a bad thing to think, but of course, like that's the first thing I see. If you would show me in the front, then I would see your face and I would focus more on that. So yeah, I mean, there's a way to dance seductively and it still not look like you. Yeah, exactly. Like you don't look like you in a rap video. So
like a mating season.
I mean, yeah, that's how I look at it. I mean, but that ain't nothing new, man. Like this whole city girl era stuff type of shit, that ain't nothing new. Like I give you an example. Anita Ward, Ring My Bells. That was about eating the box. Salt and Pepper, Push It. That was about screwing. It was a group called Vended Six made the song Nasty Girl. Do you think I'm a nasty girl? Shauna, Getting Some Head. Trina, her whole first album.
But that's when it started.
Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like all these, like we grew up in a time where Daytona. You know what I'm saying? So we've been seeing this whole city girl era that we think is going on now. This has been going on forever.
So you think was your wife anything you met at Daytona?
Well, my wife think that met it.
Plenty of niggas have.
Not that weekend. Not that weekend.
You right.
Man, if you meet a girl at Daytona, my point is this. I agree. Adina Howard was doing it in secretive. I'm saying now right now I agree. It's lawyers who are professional women go to the club and you see half their ass hanging out and they popping it and slanging it and doing all this, and then you want me to walk up to you and say and just take that image out my head and we talk about having a civilized life together? No.
But that's the same woman. That's the same woman that if she walked up to you with your pants hanging under your ass, she would just completely disregard you. Right. This is the same woman. She wouldn't think nothing. She wouldn't think you lost the belt.
But that's the difference though. She admit that. That's why I want us to admit, bro. We gonna like it because we horny. But we don't. You gonna have to. Right now, it's setting a bad example to most men. That was a good question Toy asked. I'm not talking about women who and they do their little dance and all that. I'm talking about twerking. I'm talking about this when your knees are bent, butt everywhere, throwing it, they slapping your butt. I'm talking about. It's like you and you damn near like Chris said in a video, in a rapper video. Then I'm gonna in my head say, walk like a duck, talk like a duck.
I wanna fuck. My bad.
See, she gonna have to tell me she a chicken.
Just got on the show.
I can't really think. No way.
I didn't say it.
I see that duck, but that might be a chicken. No, that's a duck.
That's a duck.
Until you go further and say, okay, maybe it was a chicken and duck clothing for the night. Cause that could happen. But she gonna have to now. She has an uphill battle to convince me. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
I never say that they're gonna have an uphill battle, man. But I just think that they gonna do it. Ain't no age limit on it. It's gonna be up to us to siphon through that just like they gotta do with us. But yeah, we can't put no age limit on that.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I've heard even the good women say, "Oh, dudes marrying all they marrying is the hoes." So, like I say, you see more girls. Like I see a lot of people. The thing that bothers me, and this is just me personally, on IG, even the people who are so-called good, everybody, the bikini photos, every picture is your booty, you're in the top out. So my mind as a gatherer or a hunter, that's where I'm at. Because just where you tell them to put my energy into, looking how fine you is, how sexual you is. So I'm trying to smash that. I don't know about your personality. I don't know if you can paint good. I don't know what your credit score is, because this is what you're presenting to me first. You know what I mean? So that's what my point was, because then you'll say ain't no good guys out here. Well, at the same time, we all hunting. If we knew it was some steaks over here, we'd be over here eating.
It ain't. But I'm saying, like, it's funny to me that they could judge good guys, but then have no. The only time they judge a bad woman is when it's in their favor. Like, that's it's not
What
like
happened to them?
yeah. Well, now she's a bad woman. Now we're married with a bad woman. But before it was celebrated. Everything that she did, it was egged on. It was okay to do all that. But then when it's something that makes them left out of the marriage pool, oh, now we married in the bad ones. Ask a woman I have never heard a woman say she's a bad woman ever. Like this, I just never see. I have never openly seen that. I've seen women say. I mean, I've seen men say, "Yeah, I ain't shit" or whatever. But I don't even see women consider other women bad until they probably cheating with their man or getting married when they're not. Then all of a sudden that's a hoe. Then all of a sudden that's the wrong one. Like if you had this wrong one radar, you should have been the one promoting that before all that. So when we say B or H, you say, oh yeah, that's a B or H, instead of just saying, oh no, you can't call none of them that. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that drives me crazy about it. But I just woke up, so who knows?
Well, listen, this next topic probably be a express topic. I actually had somebody give a question for you, Chris.
What's wrong with that?
Now, I'll share with you at the end of the show, or either be another show. They wanted to get your ideas on Christmas gifts when it's too early. Because a lot of women out here are going to meet these new dudes, meet some lanes, and be like, oh, babe, and now he's buying a MacBook Pro. But listen, let's do this. I'm going to ask y'all, and we don't have to go long on it, but reading the article this week, should DNA tests be mandatory at birth? The hell I missed.
Yeah, it just didn't want us to go long. It just didn't want us to go long on it.
Okay, with y'all. Should DNA tests be mandatory at birth, Mario?
So this was on my page, and I was appalled at the blatant selfishness that I seen these women display. If you listen to the question, and hold up, and I must give applause to. I seen some women who was shockingly going back and forth at the women, as what Chris was saying, who was like, "Nah, what are you talking about? If it's mandatory, then I mean, it's nobody's decision. Nobody has to ask. Nobody get put in a bad spot. Everybody want to be on the same page. This woman knows 100% this child is hers. She knows 100%. Nobody has to take her word. She knows. I can go to my baby mama and say, that ain't your baby. She'll laugh at me. But if without a test, at any point in time in her life, she can raise doubt in my head. And you want me to live up under that scrutiny when it can simply be just, I take a test, now we 100% know where we stand. That's not going to save me from being a sorry man. It's not going to make it easier for me to be a dad. That has nothing to do with it. What it does is it stops the lie. It stops the prolonged Murray shows. It stops all of that. When you can just say, this is Mario baby, this is your baby. Now y'all, and if Mario don't want to do nothing, we have a system created for that called child support. Put his ass on it. And if you lying and told Mario that it is his baby and it's not, because we know right here, and no, you're gonna have to go find your daddy and let brother Mario go on about his business right then, before any love gets spent, before any attachment, because it ends up hurting the child. That's what I was feeling. But I was berated by women for a whole 3 days. I'm still getting comments on that.
God.
And how?
Good topic. I'm gonna tell you an old saying that was told to me. It said, "Mama's baby, daddy's maybe." And that's enough for me to say mandatory DNA. Because in today's day and age of city girls and twerking and brunches, a lot of slippery slopes with these women. So you got to cover yourself at all angles. That's how I feel. And I watched some guys, and it made me actually reflect, because we watched some guys take care of some kids. I know I personally found out 8 years in, 7 years in, something like that, man, and went through hell about a kid that wasn't his. How that man supposed to feel? Oh, y'all don't care about that because men's supposed to be rough and tough. Which one is it? You feel me? But it's not fair. Ultimately,
and the kid look like
a lot of what happened?
And the kid looked like him.
Come on, oh man, that's another one. I ran into another one where that child has a birthmark like the father, everything. And I think something had to come about where that child needed blood. And they say, I'm sorry, Papa, but you ain't it. What you mean? It's my child. Look like me, everything. So I'm really believing these old people when they say you feed them long enough, they start to look like you. You feel me? And there's no remorse for the man. Matter of fact, people will actually encourage that man, you've been there this long, to keep continuing to be there. And I think that's bull to a certain degree. You lied to me. I'm the hell out of here. But that hurts that man because he has that emotional tie now to that child, which ain't fair to him. So for the women that were saying, oh no, and that's gonna cause problems, you probably gonna cause damn problems. Tighten up. What you got, dude?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I've actually witnessed situations we've all had where she knew the guy was not the father, but she wanted him to be the father. Oh, he's going to be a better father to my child, knowing he's not the father of that child. I think it is reckless, but it happens all the time. Man, we've seen so many scenarios in the hood where everybody know but the dude that ain't his baby, but the person that gets hurt the most is the kid, because even when the dude leave, he has a bond with that child, and the child usually is innocent. The child is always innocent. So now, how do I feel? Now I feel abandonment because dude gone, rightfully so. My mama, I can't look at her the same, and I've lost time with whoever my real daddy is, because I'm basing my identity off this man. I thought that was my daddy. Right. These are the traits I got from my daddy. Now that he's gone, I don't know who the hell I am, you know. But a bigger thing that we have to talk about also with mandatory birth, we need to go back to blood tests. Boy, it's a lot of people out here that's related, that's having this, because you don't know. Your granddaddy and your grandma was together 56 years. He had a child on the side you never know about, and he didn't start having family. And I read too many stories where people dating and find out they distant cousins or something. So that was the purpose why they had before you got married, you had to do the blood test.
Yeah,
bring that back as well. But I
know
think
what too. I'm gonna tell you too hard for with the women, that don't you think that's wrong, starting a relationship off with a lie? Because like you said, if that's not that child's father, you got to do some repair, and that's trauma to that child and that father, because he done went and thought that this was mine. You feel me?
Each state is different, because if you sign that birth certificate, you have accepted responsibility.
That's a contract.
That's like somebody got a bank loan, and I'm saying I'm gonna pay Mario or $1 million. I'm gonna pay for it. The bank just care about the money. So when you sign that birth certificate and you get on child support, I don't care about that. I just need that money to come through. So I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of people make those reckless decisions, and it destroys everybody involved. Chris, what you got?
I think that this is a no-brainer, to be honest with you.
You would think so.
Anytime that you're getting ready to sign a contract, you want to have as much information as you possibly can. Not to mention, like, even in this situation, it's not just about you knowing who the father is. It's also you knowing who else you've been screwing. Because everybody that's potential has to be in that room too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just like they could just say just you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else have to. Then you get to find out who all's going to get tested today. You know, because don't everybody want to find out who's the child, who's the father on the day. You know what I'm saying? So you get to get so much more information, man. I think this is a no-brainer, and I think that you should be very, 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 very suspicious of the women that's going back and forth arguing about it. That's the biggest
comment list.
That is the biggest indicator. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with your feelings. You didn't miss the key word here, mandatory. This ain't got nothing to do with. I didn't bring this up. You didn't have to bring this up. This is mandatory. This is it. You have to show your ID. They had to identify you before they even start doing medicine on you. That's just to give you medicine. That's just to put you in a room. I shouldn't know if this is my child or not. That don't make no sense. It'd be very suspicious. Be very suspicious of the women that's going out of their way to deny that or saying that's ridiculous. That don't make no sense to me.
But we got to educate ourselves, because me personally, I was happy to have my first son. My dad never told me about you go down and you sign a birth certificate and all that. I didn't get no birth certificate. It worked out for me. You know what I mean? Later on through insurance. But I was blind. I'm wishing the best. Oh yeah, da 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 da. But then after that one, I was like, this over here costly. I can't take on no bills that I ain't earned. So
yeah,
how many?
I'm in the same boat with you.
Two young men.
Yeah,
How many young men got that?
I went through the same situation. To be honest with you, man, I was 28 when I had my child, and to this day, that's why I'll be so happy when people say, "Girl, that girl look just like you." I am ecstatic because I know I didn't take a test. I know that I was ready for a child. I wanted a child. Period. This wasn't a mistake. Shoot up the club. I meant to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't take a test. Now, but at the end of that, exactly. So I think that it would have been in this situation, it would have been better for my BM for it to be mandatory. Because before it was just like, I didn't know because I was, what I was doing. So I think I think this is a great idea. Like I think this takes all the animosity and the like the back and forth away from, especially as young parents. That type of thing, denying a child to a baby mama that can hurt them for a long time. They'll never forget that if you deny that child. You know what I'm saying? So so you don't have to do none of that. You find out at the birth, mandatory, everything is fine.
Yeah.
It will stop some jobs though.
I was about to say, I think we all talked about that because when we popped that question last night, we had to sit back and roll our head and think, because I didn't do a blood test. But like you said, Chris, I can't deny my daughter if I wanted to. They might question the mother. Are you the mother? Because she ain't got nothing for you. So I thank God for that. But when I sat back and thought about the idea of it, I did not get one. And we've seen a lot of trickery go on. So this is why we're wary. And probably some of the women who have answered haven't, I know you've heard of it, but you probably haven't been in close proximity of it. We have. We know people who've hurt from it. You understand what I'm saying? We know people who try to conceal it and things like that. And that's also another sign of hurt. We just see that it ain't fair. Because like we said, women's in the clear, so we understand. But I don't think that it should be done.
But do know there's some hustlers out there. I had a homeboy in high school. I mean, his girlfriend a couple times told him that she was pregnant, and he kicked over a couple $100 each time. But guess what? She did that to a lot of people. She was never pregnant.
It's working.
It's pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
But with a skill like that,
I keep it. When I was out here, I kept
it.
Right.
Oh, you gotta have that. I'm gonna have that.
If that's what you're telling me, because one thing for sure, I had my baby at 18, and I'm bald now. So I understand that right now that's the gift they kept on giving. So you talking about that $500? I don't pay that $500-$600 1,000 times. She could get me 10 times, and I still feel like I won. Don't get me wrong, I would trade my poo poo for the world. But what I'm telling you is, boy, get them 500 tonight. What's your cash out? I'm thinking 550.
Leave me alone.
Take an Uber back.
I ain't gonna tell you my business. Hey, listen. On the way out, closing comments. Our brother Pastor Jarrell asked a question, and he said it was a good topic, I guess, for a friend. The holidays are coming upon us. We're here now, right? And you do know it's cuffing season, and you know a lot of women and men, to be fair, are gonna find new booze only for the sake of capitalizing on potential gifts, right? What is your advice to those young men that really like a chick but know she's coming with the buffet for the holidays? Sing Chris.
Well, as a person that's trying to detox himself from holidays, I think that when you talk about, if you need to start talking to the women that the holidays is not centered around gifts, and if they are centered around gifts, then let it be gifts of the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna be getting kids, or we're gonna get people gifts, why don't we get them stock? Why don't we give them you know what I'm saying, like little CDs or something that can appreciate over time. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't talking to women like that at this age, we're not young spring chickens here. If you're not talking to women like that at this age, then you don't need to do nothing with them.
Pause. I'm gonna run this question back. When is it too soon? You just met somebody. It's holiday. I meet a chick today. Mm-hmm. Christmas on the 25th. Are we exchanging gifts? Are we exchanging courtesies? When is it too soon to be even talking about exchanging gifts? Is it warranted? Do I have to buy this person I just met a gift? Should there be a time limit where I'm like, you in a no gift zone for 30 days, 60 days? Because the women have a 90-day rule. Why not a no gift rule?
Oh man, that's a different one. I think you go by whether you think she's gonna get you one, and I don't think you should think. I think you should know. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with exchanging gifts. I think that the relationships should be a "I like you more" test. You know what I'm saying? In different type of ways, we should go back and forth trying to be as good as we possibly can to each other. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to have gifts, but at the same time, you don't want to be doing something that for somebody that wouldn't even do nothing like that for you. So I don't think it's a time limit per se, because that's on you and your pockets and your everything like that. But me personally, nah, it'll be at least a 90-day rule.
Okay, Dr. Peters. Never too soon. That's a personal decision. There's never a minute or max time limit. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Sounds good.
Hey, yeah, sounds good. Zabo.
It's the same thing. We feel about 90-day rule.
Gotta know it. I got a card for you.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna exchange gifts, I'm not opposed to exchanging gifts, but you might want to put a criteria to it. You know, you might want to make sure that if you're gonna exchange gifts with that person and you talking about getting them a heavy duty gift, that they on the same page. Maybe y'all have a price limit that y'all starting at or not exceeding. Y'all can start talking about some of them things. But to just get in the game with a person right now and to expect a gift on Christmas, that might be a little bit rude, especially if you're not talking about reciprocating that gift. So, you probably got to add that part too. It might be a catch-22. Because if they're gonna reciprocate a gift of equal or better value, then I don't see a problem with it. But me personally, I'm a card guy. I get you a card with some nice words in it that I think fit you and the situation that we have. And we can start from there. I always believe in starting off small. I can't start off big because then I won't be able to supersede that at a later date and time. But that's just me. What do I know? What you think?
Hardy. Katina Peter, just for the record, to your question, that's 90 days. September and Christmas, that's 90 days between your time period. Or Mario.
I'm gonna give. I think it's gonna be on how I feel, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm a giving guy, so I don't. Like I always say that I'm never gonna buy something for somebody that I can't afford. So only thing I don't feel like I'm gonna ever lose on that, because if I didn't have it to give, I ain't gonna give it. Like I'm not gonna stress myself out for nothing or nobody except for my children. So if I want to give you something and I can afford it and you don't give me nothing back, I still ain't gonna sweat it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to give it to you. I'm gonna make sure I want to do it, not like because I don't want to be trying to. I feel that was a good point Chris brought up about exchanging, but I don't like to exchange gifts because I can just keep my money, you can keep yours. Like I tell my wife that all the time. Like if we're gonna do that, I don't want to do it. Just buy yourself something nice, and I'll buy myself something nice because then we won't be disappointed. I know exactly what I want. You know exactly what you want. We both use a joint account, and we were not disappointed. Because I don't like disappointment. I don't like surprises. I want to be happy. I want you happy. So I want to know what you want, and if I can get it, I can get it. So I don't think it's no early or late. I done bought women stuff early I don't know. I don't start dating something around Christmas time, and I don't think they was expecting me to get them nothing, and I did. You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel like some kind of way I felt like I wanted to do that for her.
I think it's all about the type of gift you get too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think as men, especially as dating men, we should get gifts that is in our favor. So when you're giving a gift, especially in the beginning, give her a bottle of her favorite drink. Because that bottle can lead to things that you like.
Dr. Phil, you know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're gifting yourself is what you're telling us, right?
Exactly. Schedule a nice dinner. Schedule a nice dinner for her. Great, nice dinner for her. You also eat some of that steak too, and she eats some at the end. So I just feel like it's the type of the type of gift that you give. You don't have to be buying diamond rings and going to Tiffany or nothing like that, but just pick certain gifts that works in your favor, and everybody should be fine.
I
But
think all the people who do that is
even
people showing out. I think the only when guys buy Tiffany's, they met somebody. Let's just say they have an abundance of money. That's what I always say. I really believe that. I think that women equate gifts to the wrong thing. I be like, right now, Chris can be. I'm gonna say me. Then I can be barely making it, and I can go like Chris said, and I can go get you a perfume set from Macy's, and that $50 really meant something to me. But then you can get a guy who got buku money out in the wall, and he gonna buy you 2 Tiffany bracelets. But he don't give a fuck. He bought 10 other women that. So I think a lot of people that's why I say you got to understand who it is and what it's coming from, because the size of the gift can determine off your pockets. Because LeBron James, that ain't nothing. And that ain't nothing. It's 2, I ain't nothing.
Different something.
So, I just want to, you know what I'm saying? So I think that could be the determinant. I think all that Birkenberry requesting and stuff like that is easy for Quavo. But that was party, but not requesting
level. That was the other question that I was gonna ask hard. I was gonna ask you to what level are you talking? Because are you talking to the women that's gonna come into this thing with the entitlement? Because I know you said it was fourth quarter when they started the date. You know what I'm saying? So if they coming into this thing with an entitlement of I know you give me a gift, then hell no. But if it's gonna be me getting you a gift from the kindness of my heart, then what I get you is what I get you. I'm not gonna be asking you for what you want. I'm gonna pay attention to some of the things that I heard you say, and I can get you a gift in that right of fashion. But that entitlement pick or that getting with me at that time to get over, you getting a card, B. That's how that's gonna go.
I'm not giving you shit. If you ever tell me I better get you something on Christmas, but you'll never make it to January.
Listen, a lot of jokers game in their pocket. This whole era of women telling you to mess with me, you got to buy me XYZ, a Birkin. Why you ain't gonna have nothing to listen? I'm not gonna be the angry man tonight, Chris.
I think that we're focusing on the wrong holiday season, man. Like that. December is gift giving season. Where we need to be focused more on is after the beginning of the year, because that's when you want to start really picking out your women. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Valentine's Day coming up on the 14th, and if you're a player, that is like your death sentence. You want to kind of manage to the point where you ain't in no type of relationships at that point.
One good thing COVID being around can help.
Exactly. So I would say that's the most important time instead of Christmas time. Also, you leading up into tax season, which is more, better.
That's a giving season.
So exactly. But think about it. After Valentine's Day, they find out where they truly stand, and they're very vulnerable after that day. So now you swoop in, tax season come. You should also have your own taxes. You shouldn't be a bum mooching off of women. But then it's better to give gifts because hey, you both have a good little amount of money.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't date from November 27th to March 1st. It's my idol.
Man. Ooh, you got that. But there was some great days after that. After Christmas, boy, I'm trying to tell you, if you can offer some a nice date and some good time after Christmas,
and some good sales,
especially man. Hey, look, that's the thing that you need to capitalize on.
Your gifts then.
This holiday season is very spotty for dating. You should. I'll put out a calendar for you.
But it's great for free agency.
Great. Yes. Some great picks. Some teams willing to dump off some cap space. you get to swoop in. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Chris came in late. We wanted you to share with the other topic was should women shoot their shot in 2020 and beyond? We were waiting on you.
I wanted that one too, man. If we have time. I think that this is a great idea. It's very efficient. It simplifies the process. It makes it much easier. But I don't think that men should be wanting things to be easy. per se. Because think about it. But think about it like this. What are you gonna who you think gonna take advantage of that shoot your shot culture? It ain't gonna be your dimes, it ain't gonna be your nines, it's gonna be your sixes and fives. Those are the ones that's gonna be shooting their shot at a rampant pace.
Uzi rate.
Do you really want to be deflecting fives and sixes all day in your inbox?
Hold on. Now I gotta you're not stop. We're not gonna be deflecting fives and sixes. We're not gonna do those ladies like that.
Huh?
We're gonna take them as they come. And leave them where they went.
A wise man told me to
but
get
you're
you
gonna have to
5'2".
maneuver. You're gonna have to maneuver those women, let them down easy, and do all that other stuff. Then like who wants to come out of the gym to a pack of Uggs and they hey handsome, like you don't want this culture. Like it's something about being able to it separates the men from the boys, man, to being able to holler at women. You know what I'm saying? The art of being able to holler at women. The art of, because women is not gonna holler at you, they're gonna send you choosing signals, like the small glance, the putting herself in your perimeter. Like those are the things that you should need to pick up on. And a guy that got some game, he understands that. That's what separates you from them. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can you'll be just like them, like saying just picking what you can what comes to you, and you don't want to do that. You want to go out there and kill your own, you know what I'm saying, kill.
Somebody said you've never had one shoot a shot at you that you had no idea that you even had a inkling of a chance.
But that's my thing, dog. Like, what type of man are you if you ain't getting women shooting a shot at you already? Like,
okay.
You mean to tell me that don't nobody shoot their shot at you? What type of what's going on? Like, I'm not saying that Halle Berry's and Beyonce's are shooting a shot at me, but
somebody,
bro, goddamn, I'm not the best looking, I'm not the tallest, I'm not the richest, but women shoot their shot at me. So if something's wrong if women are not shooting their shot at you, or the type of women that are not shooting their shot at you, what you need to do is improve on what you got going on right now, because women do shoot their shot. Like I get this. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna miss. There's gonna be something you're gonna miss that I didn't never know. But even the ones who shoot their shots, they might wait too late or something like that. That's just a casualty. But I'm out there loaded. I'm ready. Drop me in, coach.
Man, I love to hunt. I love to hunt. Like, I want to be able to walk up to a woman and capture my kill and bring them back to my house.
I agree.
Huh?
I just feel like, I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn. I took a lot of no's. I took a lot of I didn't really feel you. Damn, I thought this, and I thought this, until now I get to a supreme status. I'm like, I know that. No, not this one.
That one. I got it.
There are hunters and there's gatherers. Last night, I had someone that was doing a mating season dance on me. Zay was to my right. Her unattractive friend came over, waiting for Zay to take the wing, and Zay, So somebody said, what really is a 5 or 6? You guys are shallow. I would say a 5 or 6 is a girl who kind of looks more like her daddy than her mama.
Man, 5 or 6s get accepted. Cortina, don't listen to this.
So now we can't have 5s and 6s.
Hey, but you gotta be the wingman. Say, I'm appalled.
Yeah, you gotta take one for the team, bro.
I'm appalled.
You gotta take one to the team.
I didn't come out for that type of event.
You gotta run some interference. You gotta run some interference, dog. You gotta get.
He didn't need no interference. He was good.
What you do? You gotta get the ugly friend away. You gotta get the friend away, separate, so he can go do what he gotta do.
What he didn't tell you is it was chicken wings on the table.
This what happened. You fuck up the whole cosmos of what's supposed to go on in the world. And then you got it
was wings in the atmosphere, my brother. I was good, I swear.
Zay was on some JT from the Heartbeats last night, dog. You know what I mean?
I did not do shot, brother. Don't listen to him.
Listen,
Didn't do it.
So Cortina said, "I'm a 5 to 6 to somebody." So Beauty, you ain't a 5 or 6 to nobody.
I'm saying,
Man,
but it don't matter.
no.
You might
Please.
make it
To
Yeah.
Drake.
That's life. I'm a
But
five.
it's
Yeah,
subjective.
I'm not gonna holler. But
It's subjective. It's my 5 or 6. It's his personal 5 or 6. That's just what it is. It's a subjective thing. Drake's 5 or 6 is I probably want to marry. You know what I'm saying? But the point is it's subjective. It's your 5 and 6. And you don't want to be fending off them women in your inbox or hollering at you in person. Let's say you out chilling, like we all together at the restaurant, and Vespucia bump into my table saying, hey, what's going on? I'll pay for that, little daddy. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you shooting your shot at me. And then on top of that, shooting your shot ain't nothing but being able to engage first, initiating contact first. That's not getting the box.
When I got my red jacket, I had Wingman of the Year 3 years in a row.
What they give you?
The girl didn't. She didn't do the twerk on Zay. She just came and did the shoulder like this right here.
And that's shooting your shot right there. That's what shooting your shot is. As far as women, that's what shooting your shot is.
That's why you gotta say, hey, I think it's time for us to get a drink.
Yeah.
I gotta get away for Tootie. Because pretty soon she gonna get angry that you didn't shoot your shot or you didn't pick up on her shot, and now she hating on Tootie girl. Come on, girl, you ready? I'm getting tired. Nah, I don't need that. I need my Buddha house success.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. She said I need to be hollering at women for personality. Like, soon as I see Tina Peterson says her personality is Tina Peters says her personality is dope. You're missing out, Chris.
Amazing.
What?
Yeah. Said no man ever.
Says the sex therapist.
Yeah, the sex therapist.
I gotta beat this too. Like,
listen,
you set the girl up for failure.
Listen, once you cut off the light, personality goes.
I have PTSD from somebody. Thanks to Zay. I said, how does she has a big heart. You know why she has a big heart? Because she had a big body.
You're going to get hate mail for body shaming.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a true story.
Tell you soon, because this game, you're right. The game done changed.
It is.
Now, where's the love and the thrill?
Man.
Yeah, like
I want to be living vicariously through you guys. That's the y'all guys don't even want to shoot no more. You just got your guns at home.
They're hunters and they're gatherers. I'm a gatherer.
Y'all want to walk into Walmart.
I'm a gatherer.
I like shoes. Yeah. I like shoes. Curry. Like,
yeah. I'm a gatherer.
Sniper game.
I'm gonna eat salad. Somebody got to pick the berries. Closing comments, Chris.
Oh man, please go to me last. I wasn't prepared.
All right, I'm going to the ladies' man. Closing comments.
Thank you guys. I know we went over a little bit tonight. We shared some insight on some pretty good topics. We thought we appreciate you guys for coming out and being with us. All right, what you got?
Hey man, we appreciate y'all all the time. We appreciate y'all all the time coming out and spend a little time with us. We love the feedback that we see in the comments because y'all the ones that keep this show afloat, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all give us the note to keep going, to keep going, and keep going. We're gonna ask y'all to share this tomorrow. We're gonna post a bunch of clips. We're gonna ask you just to share. Tell somebody else to share, and then when they tell somebody, tell them to share. Just keep sharing because when we win, everybody wins. Trust me. The most money we have in endorsements and visibility we have, we will not forget the people who stayed up on Monday nights watching us babble while we got it together. Trust me.
Exactly.
You will not be left behind. You are a black super friend.
Yes.
When the condoms come, we're going to spread the love. Don't worry.
Continue to get slide into the DMs. Let's hook up for a show. It's been a long time. We got to figure out how we're going to discuss that thing that came in from Ashley, that topic with the guy and the woman in the bed.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a masterpiece.
I will say this too, to our viewers that are watching us. If you guys have any interesting topics in your mind that you would like to hear discussed by 4 guys, and so you guys can have an open discussion as well, and we can get some insight, please hit our DMs, send us the information. We want to keep the information fresh, but also keep it interesting to you guys, because again, as Mario said, when we come on Monday nights and we're talking, you guys are tuning in, we at least want to bring to you a show that is interesting for you guys. So definitely feel free to hit us with any content that you have.
And there's a few female podcasts that are starting to trend. If y'all ever want to come on, step into the ring, I got the Date Doctor and I got Super Mario. I got the Latest Man. I will simply produce and watch the fireworks produce.
Yeah, we do want to have like, you know, co-shows or whatever like that.
Co-ed,
yeah, we do. So we need to help those people. Chris,
well, we had a segment that I missed out on because I was asleep, about rappers, young rappers. And I had a whole soliloquy about that, but I've been very, very frustrated this week with young rappers. That I'm gonna put aside because y'all talked about that, but I'm gonna take offense to Young Thug and what he said about Andre. He doesn't know 2 Andre songs. So I want instead of tearing down the young brother, I want to enlighten him today. Here's a Andre verse that I think is one of the best, and it goes a little something like this. I typed a text to a girl that I want to see, saying that I met this cutie pie with whom I want to be, and I apologize if this message gets you down that I CC'd every girl that I CC around town, and I hate to see you frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. Wetness all around me, true, but I'm no island, peninsula, baby. Make no sense, not no crazy. Give up all this coochie cat that's in my lap, no turning back. Spaceships don't come equipped with mirrors, they dip as fast as they can. The atmosphere is not ripped. I'm something like a pimp. I'm glad it's night. Still the light from the sun. Better not burn me in my bum as I jump the moon. High jump the broom like a preemie out the womb. My fellas yelling too soon. Don't do it. Reconsider. Read some litter. Sure on the subject. You sure, nigga? We know we got your back like chiropractics. If that do you dirty, we wipe her ass out like a detergent. So hurry. Go on to the altar. I know you ain't no pimp, but pimp, remember what I taught you. Keep your hard 3 stacks. Keep your hard. Keep your hard 3 stacks. Keep your hard. These girls are smart. These 3 stacks. Play your part. Play your part.
Doug, if you ain't heard that, I don't know what to say to you, brother.
That's like
you're lying.
That's like a Black Panther. That's like a Black Panther saying he never heard of Khalid Muhammad. You know what I mean? Muslim.
Especially when he's from the west side of Atlanta and Andre's from the SWAT. Bro, that's like
unheard of.
Trolling. No, that's trolling.
That's like, yeah. Come on, bro. Yeah. They have a fucking girl in your hood of him. Stop. Like, that's just the dumb.
Stop.
Yeah, you're looking for attention. Oh, when I heard that, it really disrupted me. I got more angry about that than anything. So, my fellas, as we log out of here, man, telling everybody peace and catch us next week.